Hello, everyone, and welcome
Hi.
to the last session of Succumbing.
He said coming.
Yeah,
Sorry.
you know, Mari, I've been working
Wow,
on this
dude,
game
that
for
was
like
really
5 years.
I'm hilarious. You guys are lame.
No, it's
Love you,
true.
Uncle.
Actually, all cum jokes are really funny.
Amen.
Yeah. Anyways, to kind of give you guys a quick rundown on how this is going to go. No announcements this time, since this is basically being recorded on the same day as episode 5. So anything that's remotely important to that, you guys can. It's just related to the intro of that other episode. Otherwise, as no, or you put up the Kirby screen. Or it's But yeah, we're basically gonna find a way to like edit this all together. This should be episode 8, so yeah, just pay attention to the. If you want to pay attention to any announcements that's going on, it's basically just the ones from episode 6. But yeah, so everyone is back together, and if you guys are ready, let's get right into it with the recap. So, the both of you, the three of you were separated into your own individual groups. Eddie being separated with Adrian having been marked and going directly to the game, whilst Jean-Marie and Marsibil were separated, making their own way down into the city of Amrad itself. While Eddie, you made your way down directly with Adrian and eventually were brought into the city, Marsibil and Jean-Marie had to find their own way in, making their way through the caves themselves and eventually leading to the very same door that you made your way through. Using an eyeball from a cultist that Marsibil killed, you two were able to open up the door after Jean-Marie saw a vision of the same hiker that died a couple days ago. The door itself came its way down, and you all three of you were all in the city of Amrad. Whilst Marsibil and Jean-Marie made their way through the wings, trying to find out where to go, Eddie, you saw the beginning, and the two of you saw the end of a fight between some contestants and some cultists that included Eddie's mom and some other folks fighting off some of these contestants and eventually winning, which drew the attention of the Menza, who followed you and Eddie, and to which Jean-Marie and Marsibil were slowly but surely following in suit. Eventually, as you were making your way through, you eventually hid away into a building, trying to hide from where you were getting pursued by the Menza. And hiding into this building, you kept to yourself, and unfortunately had to apologize to Adrian as you watched as he was dragged away by the Menza, as he screamed bloody murder, and the two of you saw as he was being dragged away into the streets and saw his untimely and gruesome death as he was ripped apart by this centipede spider lady. Eventually, as you continued your way, Eddie, and your fate was left unsure, Jean-Marie and Marsibil, the two of you made your way through the city itself, and eventually, as you were making your way north trying to find Eddie, you were attacked by some contestants that have seemed to have lost their mind. You immediately started running, and luckily, as you were making your way through, you found an alleyway, you immediately darted your way in, and thanks to Jean-Marie's oil and your quick wits, Marsibil, the two of you were able to defeat these pursuers as rubble crumbled onto them, killing them. As you made your way through, you were going to make your way back south, until a drape in particular caught your guys' attention. You made your way towards it, and behind it, you found 2 mine carts full of volatile dynamite that has been let there for a very long time, and that you two decided, basically deduced, did 1+1, and deduced that you guys could potentially use this dynamite to not only help you guys get out of here once you find your folks, but potentially stop this whole ritual that is going on. Taking some dynamite with you, you made your way back down through the city, and eventually you found your way to what seemed to be an inhabited building. That on the front of it resided Jean-Marie's husband, John, who was well and truly alive, and was disposing of a bucket of bloodied water. As he just kind of like stretches back and sorry, he stretches back and just kind of like prepares himself for the rest of the stuff he's about to do. As Jean-Marie and Marsibil, you two are seeing him from the shadows. What do you guys do?
Hey, that's your husband. What do we do?
John?
Jean-Marie? And he immediately looks in the direction. Do you come out of the shadows?
I am tackle hugging him, yes!
Before he even does anything, you just immediately tackle hug him, and he's a lot like lighter than the last time you remember him, as he just gets like full force from your tackle and like kind of take a couple steps to stand back, and before hugging you back, he goes, "Holy shit! Holy shit! Eddie was right. You were looking for us."
Oh shit.
I can't believe it's you. And you just feel as he hugs you incredibly tight.
Mm-hmm.
Marsibil, do you also come out of the shadows?
Yeah. Just
All right.
slowly.
All right. I'll say that John notices this other person coming out, and he kind of like looks away like from you, Jean-Marie, and like looks at her, and immediately looks back at you and goes, "I suppose that's the Marsibil I was hearing about?"
Mm-hmm. Marcy, this is John, my husband.
Hello.
Hi. It's a pleasure to meet you. And he extends his hand.
Marsibil is going to reach her hand over and give him a very strong handshake.
Okay. Yep. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Oh God. Nice to meet you. Ow.
I'm gonna let go of his hand.
All right. Oh God. Yeah. Eddie wasn't lying when you said you were strong. Holy shit. You got a good hand on you.
Thank you.
No problem. Please, you two can come in. It's probably best to not get seen at in these parts. And he invites the both of you to come in if you're interested.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure.
All right. He takes the bucket with him and invites the both of you in. You make your way inside, and you can tell that the inside itself is very much vacant. The only thing that really lines this room is grounded up rubble that has been made in order to serve as temporary furniture, with like rubble being made for a chair, rubble being made for beds, and amongst these like supplies and other stuff, you notice on the other end what seems to be a drag queen that is breathing heavily and seems to be kind of like sweaty and panting, and doesn't seem to be doing particularly good. But following the explanations and the descriptions that you've heard, This must be Queen Fairchilde. It's not great, but we've been using this as some sort of safe house. In the meantime, I had to dispose of some bodies earlier, but Eddie came around an hour or so ago, and he was able to. He told us about everything that was going on. If you're looking for him and Peter, they're on the second floor. I think they're just holding each other or something like that.
Good to
Everyone
know
I
that
trust.
he's not
I'm just
dead yet.
yeah. Glad to hear everyone's good.
Yeah. But yeah, he kind of is still bewildered by the fact that both of you are there, and you can see part of him is like thinking like, I'm not even gonna ask you both of you to roll insight. You can kind of tell like part of him is like there's a little part of him that's like saying like this. The recent events have been too good to be true. This must be some sort of ruse. But the majority of him is just telling himself that this might just be like the one good streak of good luck that him and the rest of the people here needed in order to potentially get out. And he kind of looks at you two for a bit and goes, I can't imagine the sort of stuff the both of you had to go through just to get here.
Worth it.
You sure? He looks at you with a concerned look.
Yeah, it'll be fine. I'm sure you guys have had it hard too.
Yeah. Especially her. And he looks at Queen Fairchilde. She's the one that's resided here the longest, and it's been multiple years. I won't.
So I've heard.
Yeah, she's been acting like this since I'd want to say like a couple weeks now. I don't know what it is with her truly. I know that it's probably related to the cult somehow, but she's been real sick, and even though she's been real sick, she's also been saying that she's had these visions recently. One in particular that I think would be important for both of you to know is that supposedly to the north of here, there's actually a lost and abandoned cache of dynamite.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
I think my husband can read my face.
I'll say that like you see he's about to kind of go on one of these tirades that you know him for, Jean-Marie, like where he talks about like medicine for like at least a solid 10 minutes before he looks at your face and just kind of like his face kind of like playfully sours and he's like, "Oh, the both of you found it, didn't you?"
Pulled out the stick. Yes.
Oh, jeez.
We're being careful. Don't worry.
Okay. It's just that's very much exposed nitroglycerin, and that could be very explosive. Just don't whip it out too fast. Just be careful. But yeah. Do you two need to rest up? Have you received any injuries?
I'm fine.
I'm fine too.
All right. Is there anything I can do to make the both of you comfortable?
It's alright. Are you not alright with injuries? We have some medical supplies, so.
Wait, you got actual medical supplies on you?
I don't know. Let me check if we have like what do we have left? Because we had to use some of it. How many? Actually, we had 2 medical cases and we used one on the ship.
Yeah.
So we have 1 medical case. We still have ethylic alcohol. We have bandages, I'm pretty sure. We have a escapable set. Yeah, we do have bandages.
You show off some of the medical supplies, and John is looking at them like a kid opening up toys on Christmas Day, as he's just looking at it and go, oh my god. Clean medical tools that are not filled with blood. Oh, Jean-Marie.
We have some water too.
Oh, if you were, actually, I'm not even gonna make that joke.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Hey, it's your money.
he goes, you know what? Best use of my money you've ever made.
I resent that. I still think that peacock statue was a good purchase.
Mm-hmm. And like he gives you like one of those sarcastic like, Jean-Marie,
we're not like... rich. We live in a apartment.
Yeah, Jean-Marie, that was passed around at a flea market, and I don't. I feel like
we're comfortable. Okay.
Sure,
no,
sure,
because...
of course.
Okay, wait. I'm talking. I'm getting in front of him. Like, They do have money. Yeah, but hey, Jean-Marie is aware of that. She's not like oblivious to the money she has. She married rich, and is proud of it. And I feel like she spends.
Hey man, you gotta get that bread.
Mm-hmm.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, you get the bread and you get to sleep with women.
Yeah. But yeah, no, they're well off.
Your husband's here.
And you know, I'm actively wearing pearls on my ears as we speak. This shouldn't be a surprise. She likes the little luxuries in life. All right, leave her alone.
Especially also, when she's in an abandoned
city. I have money. I've been paying for everything.
I like to imagine this tirade is going on while like it's just in this active war zone, and you just
have money left.
But yeah, I'll say John kind of looks and goes, all right, well, I'll go check up on Peter and Eddie, and I'll tell them that both of you are here, and we can maybe start enacting some sort of plan, and it'll also give me the time to actually bind Peter's wound he got earlier. I'll be right back. And he starts making his way towards the stairs. While he's doing that, do you two want to do anything in particular? Kiss?
How's Queen Fairchilde looking again?
Not particularly great. Do you approach her?
I don't know what to say. I guess, yeah, I'll introduce myself.
Alright. I'll say you approach Jean-Marie. Do you join Marsibil?
Yeah.
Alright. The both of you make your way towards her as she, still heavy breathing, eventually kind of like opens her eyes very slightly and looks at the both of you and goes, hello?
Hello, miss. Apologies for disturbing you. Would you like some water?
If if you don't mind, I wouldn't say no.
I'll hand her some.
You do, and she doesn't drink a lot. Seems to want to ration it out, but as she finishes up and like very weakly raises one of her arms to wipe off the water, she looks back at both of you and goes, "Thank you."
Of course, it's no issue. I'm Jean-Marie, and this is Marsibil.
She gives both of you a warm smile as she goes, "Oh, you two are the friends Eddie brought along to find us."
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy that both of you came here safe. I hope the trek here wasn't too rough.
It was alright. Could have been harder.
Mm-hmm. I can imagine. This definitely does not beat being around in a cozy place with a warm glass of whiskey.
Yeah, I'm afraid I've run out of that. Would offer you some if I still had any.
You're fine, darling. I even if I wanted some, I don't think my body would have liked it. While she's saying all this, I want to ask the both of you, can both of you roll me a spot hidden with advantage since she's not moving at all or trying to hide stuff?
Okay.
5.
5. All right. Marsibil?
Hang on. Yeah. Oh wait. You said.
Yeah, I said spot hidden, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna spend just one single luck point to get in within range.
Nice. All right. I'll say, like, as she's talking and everything, and you guys are continuing to talk, Marsibil takes you a second, but Jean-Marie, you see immediately, especially after just recent events, and just how you've been treated, you watch as she seems to not react to it at all, but at a certain point you watch that her left eye in particular, rapidly twitches for a moment in multiple directions and eventually like goes straight back to its normal self. And you can see that like it seems like there's something kind of like pulsing a little bit within her eye.
Are you okay?
I feel incredibly sick here and there, but otherwise I'm fine. I think it should be coming up soon, actually.
That's good. If there's anything we can do to help, we're here.
Absolutely. Actually, as you two are like kind of like about to walk away,
I'm.
there's something I do want to let both of you know, but I don't feel comfortable letting John or Eddie know. To survive here, certain times, me and the rest of the people here had to consume, well, other types of meat. And for the longest time, I didn't really make a difference between eating cultist or dead contestant. And, well, eventually I started having a weird pit in my stomach sometimes, but I didn't think about it, and just it's only recently after meeting John and he made me realize that those people that are directly a part of the cult sometimes have supernatural powers, that it started getting bad. I don't know what's going on with me, and I don't know, but I think it's related to these visions. And she takes a deep breath before continuing. I know of some of the plan, but I don't think it's a good idea for me to get out of here. So I'll bring it up with him and the others later, but if you lot truly plan to get out of here with dynamite, I'd wanted to stay back and actually light it up. So a lot of you can get a running start.
I understand.
Very noble of you.
She takes another deep breath before saying, you gotta protect and take care of the ones you love. Even if it's with making difficult choices.
Has Eddie told you about what made him look for you?
She thinks about it for a second before continuing and going, yeah. He said he came here and I overheard some of his talk with Peter. But he really wanted to find us. And he was willing to do practically anything to make sure we were okay. Hence the branding and everything.
This is just me thinking out loud, not John Marie, but I'm not sure if she knows the whole part where Eddie's the only person that remembers her existence. Oops.
Oopalai. You don't have a clue if he said that or not?
Yeah, I'm assuming not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hand her my notebook, kind of flip it to the last page.
Mm-hmm.
If there's anything you want to write down, even if it's not a message to particularly anything, just something you want to survive you, I can carry it out of here.
Mm-hmm. She looks at you, then looks at you. That would mean a lot to me. And she picks up a pen, I suppose, that you passed her.
Yeah.
She picks it up and writes something in the journal. It's not incredibly long, but enough to fill up like half a page. And you see that very weakly she does a signature, very like scribbly, and you kind of get a look at it, and you can tell that like the handwriting itself is very shaky in nature, but especially with the signature, you can tell that through just the years of proper nutrition, sleep, and other means, the bare minimum just to survive, she has not written in so long that it's just, it looks more like a scribble than a proper signature. I thank you for giving me that chance.
Of course. It's the least I can do.
Mm-hmm. She smiles at the both of you and goes, well, don't just stay with me. I suppose you two would want to go see Eddie.
I know he's with Peter right now. I'm not sure if...
We can wait.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'll say, as this was happening, I'm not gonna roleplay entirely, but John.
Real quick. It's Eddie told us a bit about her. Did she work at the same club that I frequent, or was it like a different thing?
It was the same club that you frequented.
If we have a moment to spend with her, I'll tell her stories about what it looks like now.
Sure. I'll say that, like, as, like, John went up to go tell Peter, and Peter nodded in acceptance and happiness, but didn't wake Eddie up, since Eddie currently right now is within his arms, just kind of, like, resting and sleeping against his chest. I'll say that during that time you sat down next to Queen Fairchilde, and you regaled her with stories about how the speakeasy itself has changed throughout the years, and how Eddie has become a bartender there, and as well as made her own drag queen persona named Devorah Fairchilde. How the two of you met, how you also just had like good memories of that place with meeting other girls who were just into you, or just having great talks, and just everything that happened before this whole series of events have led you up to here. And occasionally she smiles, occasionally she makes the offhand comment that, from what you've heard about from Eddie and from other people, actually just really Eddie, while you were making your way here, it's a more calm version, but it definitely brings up some of that sass that she has of not being afraid to tell it how it is, and just kind of sometimes makes snarks remarks to how some managers would sometimes just mistreat the place, or not take it to the same like efficiency that she would. And eventually you finish up your stories. She smiles and thanks you for them, and you nod in return, appreciating, remembering these fun times as well. And I'll say all of you notice as making your way down, Eddie, you are reunited with Jean-Marie and Marsibil.
Oh my god, I run down the stairs and I give them the biggest hugs. And I'm like, oh my god, I thought you guys were gonna be so much longer getting over here. Oh my god, are you okay?
Oh, yeah.
I hug them and we blow up.
Roll me a D100.
Oh, for
No.
sure. I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
I have put the backpack down.
81.
I don't know if Marsibil did.
I hate how you're actually fucking close. Okay, thank God.
80.
It was between 95 and 99.
Awesome.
Oh my God.
Alright, yeah, I'm giving them big hugs. I didn't think you guys would be getting here so quickly.
Yeah, neither did we.
How was your way in?
We got chased for a bit, but Marsibil took care of him.
Yeah.
I used my gun.
Okay. I had a pretty simple time getting over. I lost Adrian. I'm sure he's out there though. I think we could find him. You know, before we go.
Marsibil is just gonna look at John Marie, just like, do we tell him?
Oh no!
Yeah, he deserves it now. Eddie, we saw him. I'm sorry.
So you know where he is?
He was horribly murdered by a monster.
Marsibil!
What?
You
can't! Marsibil is just like, I thought we were going to tell him the truth.
Yes, but I am being... There is a level of sensitivity that you're supposed to... Okay, let me talk.
I DM'd you, Zach.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Eddie. Like, yeah, she didn't lie. He did. At least he's not a cultist.
Well, no, I mean...
It could have gone worse.
He's gotta be out there somewhere, you know? I mean, we could at least... You know... We can try to go get him. You know?
Eddie, love, he's dead.
No, he can't be dead. He can't be dead. I
Eddie?
said I would protect
Eddie.
him. Yeah. Yeah,
Roll
DM.
me a sanity check with disadvantage.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Oh my god. 78.
78.
Oh, fuck. Maybe we
What's
should have
your-
lied to him.
Yeah, your total is your current amount like it does
It's
not
55, yeah.
All right.
Do you have luck points?
It wouldn't be enough to get down. It's fine. I'm gonna save them for later anyway.
Oh
Fair
no.
enough.
Hey Eddie,
Hey, Zach.
you take 18 points of sanity damage.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
What's your current total?
37. And I have to get
Eddie, I'm giving you a new quirk.
Okay.
You don't believe that Adrian is dead.
Okay.
You
Thank
still
you.
believe that he's alive out there. Why would Jean-Marie and Marsibil lie to you
Yeah,
about that?
no. I'm just kind of like shaking my head, like waving my hands as they're saying that he got murdered. Okay, anyway, we gotta figure out what we gonna do. This is Pete, Queen Fairchilde, you know, John,
Wow, that's my husband? I didn't notice.
no, I didn't mean to threaten him at Cleaver Point. I really just had to make sure
You
that
did what?
he was. So basically, I had to make sure that he was real because, you know, I got stabbed by someone who looked like Peter, so I had to make sure he was okay. I didn't hurt him. I just asked him questions.
I'm gonna turn to John.
Yeah, John kind of looks back at you and is like, to be completely honest, I don't blame them.
Alright.
Um,
I'm just glad you're all still alive.
yeah. So Peter and John said that there was dynamite somewhere, and that we might try to blow stuff up. And I think we could, if we're wanting to, I think before we did, if we wanted to use that as a distraction, I think we could make a really quick run to go try to find Demenza to try to get Adrian back. I think it would be, I think she would be distracted. I think it could be a relatively easy in and out situation.
Marsibil is just looking to Jean Marie, just like.
Oh, I got a sword, by the way. I pull out my sword.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
the
you-
knife.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still have a close. Like, you see Eddie pull out this old like Knights Templar sword that is very much rusted and dented.
Oh shit.
You could
Yeah.
give someone tetanus with that thing. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually 1d8 plus 2 plus DB plus tetanus.
So, does that sound good? We'd have to go find the dynamite first. Or do you guys have a plan in mind or anything? We'd also have to find out where Demenza is hiding out.
We
Yeah, we have to
already
think about
found
it.
the dynamite.
Oh, okay. Awesome. So we're already ahead of plan.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna lean in real quick to Jean Marie. Is this going to be a problem?
Secret.
What?
She just is gonna like wave, like dismiss it. Hey Eddie,
Yeah.
do you mind if I speak to Pete and John for a second?
Yeah.
The records that I'm keeping for this. Alright.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll get stuff pulled around for us to go.
Yep.
All right. Marcy, what are you doing, by the way, on all this?
She's thinking.
All right, I'll leave you to that.
I'm gonna look at my husband and I'm gonna look at the sky. Adrian
Yeah.
is dead. Adrian is very dead. We saw him die in front of us.
Yeah, I'll say that like
I don't know if
John's
you
like
heard yet.
yeah, I'll say that like John is like currently like just patching up Peter's like wound that he has on his arm with like actual proper like medical tools that you had, borrowing some of them, and Peter like looks at John, who kind of like gives a firm nod, and Peter looks back to you and goes, "Yeah, I had my doubts. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sad to see that Eddie's not taking it too well."
Yeah. I'm sorry, I hate to have to be the practical one or whatever. He wants to lead us on a suicide mission to rescue someone who isn't even alive anymore. So how are we gonna deal with that?
Peter kind of like starts thinking about it, and John brings it up. I guess maybe we can say that we'll do it while the explosion is happening, and as we find our way to activate the explosives. Shit, I didn't even think about that part. But somebody's probably gonna have to actually prime them.
Yeah, there may be a solution for that. Queen Fairchilde had an idea about it, but I think it's better if she explains it.
Okay. Then yeah, I'll wait for her to talk about it, and then yeah, we could probably either restrain him or I don't know. I would say that, but he is wielding practically a sword on him. And if he's
Who gave
Peter,
him a sword?
I'm gonna be completely honest. He just walked in with one.
Amazing. I don't want to lie to him further. I think we may have to lie to him.
Okay. Yeah.
Where are we planning on running, by the way?
If I had to make a guess, I saw one of the gates that was covered in blood. It would be a bit of a risky plan, but basically you just need to offer up any sort of substance or item to it to be a part of the mold. And I had an old corpse of a shepherd, one of the higher ranking members of the cult upstairs, and I was experimenting on it. And if I had to make a guess, if I just take its hand and offer it towards the wall, we could at least open that up, and that would give us access. And
does it work both ways? Because we went through one of those when we came in.
I would hope so. There's no feasible way for us to get out otherwise. Unless we tried doing some weird parkour or something like that with the buildings, but I don't think that would work.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't test that out. Well,
Peter eventually speaks. Yeah, hopefully. I think I saw the other, like, when I first came here, I saw one of those shepherds eventually leave the other way through. I didn't see if he offered up anything or not, and I don't know if it's some sort of like weird clearance, but it's probably our best bet.
All right. if you can convince Eddie either that Adrian is dead or that Adrian is safe enough that we don't have to go get him, that'd be appreciated. I don't know what I can do to convince him. We don't.
I'll say Peter kind of like thinks about it for a second. Look, if it doesn't work with John, maybe I could try speaking to him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If worst comes to worst, we have to lie to him. Eventually, we could just say that maybe we saw, or you saw Demenza take or whatever the fuck her name is really, take Adrian upwards towards like one of the higher parts and probably into the hotel, and once like we're out, like really out, we can try explaining the truth one last time. If it just doesn't work,
yeah,
we can try restraining him.
And last, let's make sure one of us pretends to believe him. I don't think feeding into a delusion is good, but him thinking everyone's out to get him might just be worse.
Yeah. It's a necessary evil we have to do just to make sure we don't lose him.
I'm starting to get tired of necessary evils.
Yeah. Us too. Alright. I guess we can gather all around and tell each other a plan. Alright.
Miss Fairchilde had some stuff to tell you guys. If I could have a moment with John?
Sure. I'll go see what she wanted to know. Should I... Is it okay for me to bring Eddie along with me to see her, or...?
I don't think he's gonna like her idea. Much less in the state he's in right now.
He kind of gives you a look. What kind of idea was she proposing?
Someone has to light the dynamite.
And you watch as, like, he wants to say something immediately against it, but then he thinks about it after his experience being here and seeing what she's been through and also picking up cues like you did. And you just watch as he gives... Yeah?
I can't tell if it's supernatural or not, but there's not much you can do against prion disease.
True. And if it isn't prion disease, I don't think we would want to have a morsel of Yatuital or whatever with us.
I don't think she'd want to become one either.
Alright. I'll go hear what she has in mind, and I'll probably accept behind Eddie's back. And you can tell he really did not like saying that. As he gets up from John patching him up and approaches Queen Fairchilde, giving you a comforting pat on your shoulder, Eddie, and just saying that he just wants to talk with Queen Fairchilde a little bit alone, just to catch up on things, if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I'll go upstairs. I should find some stuff for Adrian to get out of here. We'll probably need some bandages, and I'll make my way upstairs.
I'll be back with you in just a moment, Eddie. You'll be the last one on my list. Alright. What we'll do is that we're going to go from top to bottom. So, Marsibil, was there anything you wanted to do, anything you thought about that you want to share with the class?
You mean bottom to top?
I'm not at the top, GM.
Well, I said bottom to top. My bad.
Mm. I mean, considering my strength, if Eddie becomes a problem, I could just knock his ass out and carry him.
could.
I could. It'd be really easy too. So
You do have big muscles, so
that's in the cards.
Alright.
Just in case lying doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
No, Marsibil is just kind of looking at the situation like, okay, let's just get everyone out, blow the dynamite, or get everyone towards the exit first. Then have some kind of signal to, tell exactly, when to light the dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we've pretty much, getting our way out of the resort,
Mm-hmm.
Then we just fucking book it.
Mm-hmm.
But Marsibil is absolutely ready to just, sprint as fast as she can.
Gotcha.
Just,
Okay.
hit the ball, get the ball rolling.
Mm-hmm. Alright. And yeah, I'll say you can bring up those plans when we have the round table. And you sit down and prepare yourself. Jean-Marie?
Mm-hmm.
What do you want to talk about with John?
Mostly just catching up. I can't remember if I burnt it or not, but I want to show him the stupid map of Europe to cheer him up.
I'll say that, that talk definitely kind of bummed it out. So, you pulling out this distorted map of Europe, you watch as he, immediately snickers and kind of laughs a little bit. And he kind of responds and goes, yeah. And he told me about it.
Traitor.
Jean-Marie, if you wanted to remember geography and stuff, I'm right here.
This is the first time I've left America. Leave me alone.
All right. Tell you what. First thing we'll do once we get, or actually no. 25th thing we'll do once we come back is I'll give you a crash course on European geography.
Eddie's just as bad at it. I don't know what right he has to make fun of me. He thought Iceland was in the mainland. So.
Oh god, okay, that's even worse than I thought. That's not John coughing, that's me.
Oh, okay. Are you okay?
But yeah, at least tell me you know where, France and Britain is.
They are very clearly defined on the map. I did drop Britain kind of too high. It goes lower, but
It's
there's
fine.
literally 5 countries that are named on it.
Honestly, yeah, that's fair. I had a hard time too learning that part.
No, you didn't.
Okay.
You were a fucking nerd.
Yeah, I'm a nerd, but that doesn't mean I'm a nerd in everything, Jean-Marie. Listen, what if I told you that on my first geography exam I had an 83?
We went to high school together. 83 is a good grade.
Not good enough if you want to have a doctorate.
You thinking an 83 is a bad grade makes you more of a fucking nerd. I need you to understand this.
Damn. This is terrible, truly. I'm so miserable about this exchange that we're having, and he says that with the biggest, goofiest grin.
You're insufferable, but it's okay.
But you appreciate being in the same household as me.
Well, yeah, I need the money.
Oh, come
Why
on.
do you think I came get you? I was starting to run out.
Okay, come on. There has to be more than just the money.
Not having my parents bother me about having a husband. It's pretty nice.
You are such a
Does
shit.
he look genuine when he's asking for like?
No, he's joking around.
Okay, thank God.
No, he looks at you and snickers like, you are such a shit sucker. You know that?
Oh my God, thanks. It's on purpose. Because I'm doing my job right.
And I'll say amongst that, you two continue catching up about other stuff and sharing laughs that you two desperately needed after a sea of just tragedy and tragedy happening one another. And Eddie,
Hello.
as your sanity points are getting real low,
Oh,
aren't
yeah.
they?
No, yeah. Very low.
And as you're picking up stuff in order to get yourself ready, I'll say that at you doing so, you notice eventually something kind of like gathers your interest a little bit from a bag that like you're passing through, and you hear a Eddie.
Hello? Someone in
Ed-
this bag?
Eddie, it's me, Adrian.
Adrian?
Yeah,
Wait, how the hell did you get in here?
I don't know. I think it's some sort of weird some sort of interference with like the town or something. Look, I can't be quick about it. I need to
Yeah.
bring something quick to you. Okay.
Yeah, where are you?
I'm stuck with the Mentor right now. I don't know where she's taking me or where she's going, but I found something that could be of interest to you.
What? What is it? What is it? I'm like digging through the bag trying to find out.
Mm-hmm. As you're like digging through the bag, you see like this hand that looks very familiar to that of Adrian, holding up this book, and he like it's a very tiny one. I'd say roughly around like maybe 30 pages, and like this kind of like fur and skin like sewn cover,
Oh.
and he passes it to you and goes, "If you want to be able to fight the Mensa and get rid of her and help your other friends and be safe, you read this. It'll give you something that you desperately need."
Adrian, I need you to hang on, okay? I'm gonna come get you. Okay, hang on.
I will. Oh, shit! I got to go. I think she's
Okay.
gonna catch on.
Yeah, stay safe.
And you watch as like the hand like retracts into the bag.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no. Okay, I'm gonna open up the book, and I'm gonna see what's inside of it.
Mm-hmm. Eddie,
Yeah.
by most cases, this would be a book that you don't even understand. This would be gibberish that you have no clue what it would mean, and just the runes on it would make no sense. But this is not like one of those cases. In your mind, you hear a voice. It calls to you. It's Adrian again. And you feel him wanting to help you. To help you help your friends. To help you rid of the hatred you felt all your life. To help you rid of these people that are tormenting you for so long. All you have to do is prick your finger and give up just a tiny bit of yourself to save the others. Would you like to do that?
You, Zach. Fuck you, Zach. Fuck you, Zach. Ah. Fuck you, Zach. Fuck you, Zach. Oh.
If you could see the smile on my face right now.
Yeah. Oh, no. I'd be able to help them. I want to help them. I want to help Adrian. I want to save him. I want to get us all out of here, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And if Adrian gave me this book and he's telling me that it's good, then it must be okay.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I should go down to talk to the others first. But if I do go downstairs, then I'm wasting time. And if I go downstairs to
Mm-hmm.
talk to them about it before I prick my finger, then I might run out of time to go save Adrian. And if I go downstairs, they might take the book from me. I mean, they were just telling me that Adrian is dead when he's really alive. So, high or low, Zach, I'm gonna make you do this again.
I'm gonna say the same thing as last time, low.
You motherfucker. I really wish you would have picked low that time. I am gonna pull out my meat cleaver, and I'm gonna... Fuck! I'm gonna prick my finger with the meat cleaver blade.
Mm-hmm. You do so. And as you do so, you take the blood that you get from your prick finger and you pass it over one of the pages. And just like the day that you saw the passport melt and bold these words and letters, you watch as the letters themselves go from this gibberish you can't understand to proper English. And you start reading, and you are seeing in front of you a series of different kinds of spells and rites that you can take that wouldn't take super long, but that if you do them, you can have access to powers and abilities that would make sure that you would be able to keep the others safe. You have a very similar thing to all of the stuff you've seen earlier. All you just need to is just maybe getting some of the blood from like a high-ranking member of the cult, and that would make the whole process a lot faster. And oh, would you look at that? There is a dead shepherd just nearby. That's just on the operation table.
This is working out really well. This is gonna help a lot of
Yeah.
people. It's gonna help Jean-Marie, it's gonna help Marsibil, it's gonna help Adrian, it's gonna help Peter, it's gonna help everyone. Oh. Okay, these spells will help people. Like, Marsibil's spells have been helping people. Okay, I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna... There were gloves that John used, right?
Yeah, the makeshift gloves that he left to the side.
Yeah. I'm gonna put those on and I'm gonna, start cutting out some blood and stuff from the guy and, like, trying to put it onto the book. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know what I'm
I'll
supposed
say
to do
that.
with the blood.
No, you're fine. I'll say that like you read on the book that you have to basically, if you want to make it faster, you basically have to conjoin yourself with that of the shepherd.
Oh.
To truly gain the secrets of power, one must accept Nyaktuwithal's blessing and understand that suffering and hatred comes from within. But if that you've learned to let it go and accept his blessing, there will no longer be any pain in the world, Eddie. No more suffering. No more people to come harm you or your friends. You just need to assume who you truly meant to be.
But he's the person who brought us here in the first place. Wouldn't that get more
Yeah,
people hurt? Why? Why would Adrian
yeah,
give me
maybe.
this?
Maybe you, in order to save your own friends, maybe you have to assume some of the stuff that you didn't want to be, or become something bigger. Become somebody that can protect not only Adrian, but protect others that have also been afflicted by people like your mother. People like your family who made a whole cult just because of something that you can't control over. Maybe this is a sign to just take a chance, take a plunge. Maybe you can be more than just somebody who saves people in this forgotten city and be a real figure of change. And I'm going to say that as you're contemplating this, Jean-Marie, Marsibil, it's been quite a while Eddie has said he was going to be up. Do the both of you want to go check how he's doing?
Yes.
I'd probably be the first, since I was not really sticking with the rest of the
All right.
people. So...
I'll say that you go up first, Marsibil, and you also get the idea, Jean-Marie, after like seeing her make her way up, and you follow in suit. And I'm gonna say both of you watch as you see Eddie, his clothes now like covered in the gore and viscera of opening up the shepherd with his meat cleaver, and just next to him is a book that is made. Its cover is made of fur and skin.
Eddie?
I kind of like jump and turn around like, hi, Marcy and Jean-Marie.
What are you doing?
Well, Adrian gave me this book from that bag over there. And inside there were a lot of really helpful spells that he said would help us out, would help you guys out. And so I just needed to get some blood in order to start it up, and I figured that it would be helpful. I would have come down to talk to you guys. I just wanted to make sure that I had it all figured out before I did. You know?
Marsibil is going to run over and grab the book off the floor.
Can I...
Wait. Alright, Marcy. Let me try. You can keep the book, I don't care, but I want to speak to him.
Okay, wait.
Give me my book back.
Okay, multiple things are happening. Multiple things are happening. Let's take care of the elephant in the room. Marsibil and Eddie. I'm gonna need both of you to make me contesting strength checks.
Okay, where's strength?
Hang on.
I lose this 100%.
And if both of you succeed, it's gonna be the person with the lowest score that succeeds.
Oh. Okay. What'd you roll?
Not good enough. I got a 49. I'm gonna use 10 luck points to bring it down to 39.
I got an 11.
Fuck.
Eddie, do you want to use the rest of your luck points to help you out in this?
I can. It wouldn't get me below. I have a 15 strength. I want to save them for later.
All right. You tug at all you can, Eddie, as you see Marsibil rush towards the book. But as you try, you can't, as Marsibil pries the book from your grasping hands, and you kind of fall a little bit from the own attempt at your strength, and you fall down on the ground. And Jean-Marie, what do you say?
Eddie, Angel, can we speak?
Give it back! He didn't give it to you, he gave it to me!
This...
Eddie, I don't know if Adrian is alive or dead, but if he's alive, he's certainly not here.
He's alive!
There's things in this place. Okay, he's alive, sure, but he's not here. He can't be.
How do you know?
He's somewhere else.
To me. He said that if he said that Demenza was away, and he gave me that book while he was away.
He also talked to you back at the tavern, and we were tricked. He's not here. I'm not gonna say that he's dead, because you don't like that. But he's not here. Something tricked you. And it's okay.
How do you know that it's a trick?
Because blood sacrifices are not the way out of anything.
This is not good magic, Eddie.
And I do kind of trust Marsibil on that.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. He gave me the book. I went and I pricked my finger. I put the blood on the pages. And I was going to get some more.
What? Do you know what you've done, Eddie?
I'm trying to get my friend back. I feel like I'm the only one who's really concerned here.
I'm concerned about you. Eddie, you could have signed your soul away to something that would have taken your life. You don't know what you lose from making things like this, from making deals.
You think Adrian would have wanted that?
He told me to do it.
You've known him for a day!
That was not Adrian then.
Eddie, Angel, I love you, but we have to cut our losses. He may be alive, sure, but he's not here. You were tricked, and it's okay. Grief does things to us.
He's not dead. I'm not grieving. There's nothing to grieve over.
Believe that, if you want. But don't go around making blood pacts, because that's not gonna help anyone. Do you really think he wants you to sign your soul away to the whatever the fuck is in that book?
If it was gonna help him, then I would have done it.
You knew a day, Eddie.
It has been
You've
more
known him for a
than a
day.
day, Jean-Marie. You've known me in passing. You've known me probably just as long as you've known fucking Adrian. Okay?
I'm just trying to keep our whole team alive.
That's what I'm trying to do too. And if we don't get him, Demenza's gonna kill him.
She already did in front of our eyes.
And at what cost?
John Marie is gonna start. It's gonna hit her now, because they kind of did glaze over it earlier, and she's gonna start crying. Why would I lie to you about this?
I don't know. Like you said, this place is really messed up, and you see stuff, and I don't know. I know in my heart that he's alive.
Your heart can lie to you, Eddie. I'm sorry. Jean-Marie?
Yeah.
Do you still have your matches?
They're in my backpack. You can grab them.
As this is happening, Eddie,
Yeah.
odds or evens?
Odds.
Let me roll. Oh, fuck. Okay. Eddie,
DM.
you know how you pricked your finger and you were able to pass some blood and already get like some knowledge from some of the magic from the book?
Yes.
At least like fair if you look the pages. I'll say from giving up at least a little bit of yourself, you did get something in return. You get a spell called Implant Fear. All you have to do is offer up 12 magic points and a d6 of your sanity. And in return, the spell causes soul-chilling dread, breaking the target's concentration and disrupting his or her actions. The caster must be able to see and point a finger at the target while invoking the curse. The sudden unnerving cost of the target 0 to 1d6 sanity points, and they feel compelled to retreat to a safe place, anywhere the person would normally feel safe and secure. Do you use it?
Yeah.
Who do you use it on?
Marsibil.
Oh, fuck.
Alright. Marsibil,
Mm-hmm.
roll me a sanity check.
Alright. Okay. Alright. Alright, sanity check.
Ah!
That is a 20.
Oh shit! Alright, luckily you don't lose sanity, but you get this sudden urge inside of you as Eddie, instinctively, you point to Marsibil, and with this confusion and anger, I'm going to say that you ring out in this language that none of you have ever heard of here. And Marsibil, you feel this great sentiment of fear inside of you. You don't know why, but your vision starts to blur. You feel yourself body tense up, and you feel terrified. You look in front of you, and you see the moon in front of you. Your very eyes. And it's looking back at you. Hungry. You are now terrified and temporarily insane.
Oh, shit.
Oh no!
Luckily, since you
no!
succeeded, it'll only happen for the next 10 minutes. But for the next 10 minutes, you cannot do anything except try to retreat to a safe place.
Yeah, once that happens, Marsibil's just gonna run. Like, just book it with the book in her hands.
Fuck!
Mm-hmm. As Eddie, you watch Marsibil run her way downstairs in like absolute fear, and Jean-Marie, you see Eddie just did something by just pointing a finger at Marsibil and speaking in a tongue you have never heard before.
Oh. I'm gonna pull out my meat cleaver and I'm gonna run after her.
I'm gonna stop you.
I'm gonna try to push past you.
I'm gonna need both of you to roll me strength checks.
Before I do, is everyone okay with me doing this?
I am totally cool with it. Honestly,
Okay, awesome.
I'm all for it.
Oh.
What about you, Mari?
I got a 14.
Give me a second.
My strength is a 15. Oh.
Yeah, no, that's a...
Oh no! Oh, I hate this.
Alright.
If I succeed, but it's higher than him, I still lose, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Can I at least keep him here enough to say something for the cinematic?
Sure. Before he runs off.
So, I knew we weren't close, but fucking 10 years meant nothing for a man you just met.
Oh.
I'm gonna look
You
her
know
in the
what?
eyes.
You want to find Adrian? Good luck, but we're not fucking coming with you. You're
Alright, and you let Eddie go, Jean-Marie?
And I'm gonna say, good luck being alone, Jean-Marie. And I'm gonna run after Marsibil.
Alright.
Oh.
Damn! I'm gonna yell out at the others to try to stop him.
Alright.
Do I hear that?
I'm gonna yell out like he's trying to kill Marcy.
Alright, yeah.
Do I hear them yell that out?
Yeah, you hear Jean-Marie here scream that out.
Pulling out my sword as I go down the stairs.
I'll say that, like, immediately, Marsibil, you hide away in a corner. John is, like, near you, and... And Peter is, like, at the bottom, like, nearly close to the bottom of the stairs as he sees you pulling down a sword and, like, running down. He's like, Eddie, please! We don't have to do this!
You don't have to do this. This is between me and her.
Eddie, please, this is not you!
Can I try to run in?
Hold on, I just want to see. Alright. I'll say that you're on your way down as you're running down Eddie, what is the thing you want to try to do?
Where is he standing in regards between me and Marsibil?
He's standing right between you two.
Oh.
Why am I not just like running the fuck out
Yeah,
of the building?
yeah. That's what I was about to say. How?
Yeah,
I'm just like,
as-
I have not stopped. Marsibel's not stopping. She is like constantly running to get as much distance away from him
Yeah,
as
no.
possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
also-
no,
Yeah.
I'll say to make things worse, Marsibil, you see Eddie as Yatuital, the moon, and you are just running the fuck away as fast as you can. It's like John's like, shit. All right, Peter, hold him off. I'll go after Marsibil, and you see he's running after you, Marsibil. I'll get back to you in a second, Eddie.
How is my sanity doing? Because that is going to impact what I'm doing next. I had to roll a d6 off of my sanity from that, right? That spell?
Yeah, you had to roll a d6.
Okay. Have I taken any more from the previous bit?
I'm gonna say. I'm gonna roll a d6 for you to see how much you lose
Okay.
from the spell. You lose 4 sanity points.
Okay.
How much are you at right now out of your total?
28.
And you become insane when it's at 14, if I remember correctly.
16. So I am 12 away.
Okay. I'm gonna say that you're not in permanent madness, but in the state you are in temporary madness as well. You still have control over your character, but you're very dead focused on your goal.
I'm gonna stab Peter to get him out of the way.
Roll me a brawl
With my sword.
with your sword.
That is a 21, which is below my 25.
I'm gonna make him roll a brawl as well.
Oh,
And see
I
if you
hate
succeed.
this. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this.
Yeah, no. That doesn't beat you. Roll me damage.
Yup. Oh. 7.
7. As Jean-Marie, you watch this, and Queen Fairchilde, barely getting out of bed, watches in horror as Eddie, you take your sword and you stab the tip of it 3 inches into Peter's abdomen. It's not the pain that really rocks through him, but the immediate shock as he clenches his abdomen where you stabbed him, and he just looks at you with a face of fear and just betrayal as the man he's been waiting for so long, and that he felt like he could finally fall in love with, at least before things went to shit, is now lost in his eyes. And in front of him is a stranger. I need everyone to, we're gonna start combat then.
Oh shit!
Guys! What do I roll? What do I roll?
We don't roll, it's basically on like who's the highest dex and everything.
Oh, I hate this. Oh, I hate this.
I have
Oh, I hate
55
this.
dex.
I
have
have 75.
I have a 60.
Just above you, Jean-Marie, unfortunately.
I'm sick. Genuine question real quick so I can understand what's going on. Does Eddie actively want to harm Peter, or is it just get him out of the way?
This is more of a I want to get you out of the way so I can go and get Marsibil before she just does something with my book.
Oh wait!
No fun.
I have an idea!
I'm excited to see that. All right, we're gonna go top of the round. Marsibil,
Yeah.
you are terrified and running away, but what's your idea?
I don't have a means of lighting it, but I have a stick of dynamite, and I have something I need to destroy at all costs. So
Marcy, you are gonna blow yourself up. I know we were
Question.
talking about it earlier.
question, GM.
Mm-hmm.
How far am I away from the building?
Currently, like with the amount that I'm gonna say you have ran, you're at least like 30 feet away from it. You're not terribly far.
Okay. Well, first things first, I'm gonna try and get as much distance as I can, to get further away. And I am going to, at some point when I assume that's like another, like, what, 30 feet or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I am going to put the stick of dynamite down on the ground, as well as the book, in the same spot. And I am going to make it as easy as possible for me to shoot this thing. But I'm going to, I'm gonna have to wait a little bit, because I did move a lot. And I'm gonna have to move a bit further back if I'm gonna want to fucking blow this thing up. I don't want to shoot it right now, so...
No, absolutely. I'm gonna say you do place it down in a very particular way to absolutely make sure you're not gonna blow it up. Well, that you are gonna blow it up and that you can shoot it.
Yeah, I'm gonna blow it up, yeah. Like, I'm literally, like, the dynamite is, like, standing upright.
Oh, absolutely. And I'm gonna say that I'm gonna consider this like a prepared action, and that's gonna make it so the next time you shoot, you will still have to roll since you are terrified, but you will roll with advantage and on my books.
Awesome. Then, that's it.
Okay.
Hoping to God, Eddie doesn't catch up to me.
I'm gonna say next up, it's going to be Peter's turn, as he just got stabbed, and he's looking at you, Eddie, and just out of like a fight or flight instinct, he's going to grapple you and try to pin you to the ground.
Get the fuck off of me.
So I need you to roll a contesting strength throw against.
Okay. Oh. Wait, hold on. This is why I kept these luck points. I got a 21. I'm going to use 6 luck points to get to a 15.
Yeah, no, even with his luck points, Peter is not able to beat that.
Yeah.
Unless, hold up, let me check. What's Peter's average? Shit. No, even then he wouldn't be able to beat you. Fuck. All right. No, you feel Peter try to grab around you in order to get you off, and he's like just continues to say, "Eddie, it's fine. Just please, it's gonna be all right." And you just shrug him off. You push him off. You that adrenaline you felt earlier when you were sneaking around, when your skin was slowly becoming more and more like that of a shadow. Yeah, this is like that same adrenaline.
Oh no.
But you feel it coming over you as you're fighting.
Oh no.
I'm gonna say, Eddie.
Yeah, hi DM.
It's your turn.
Okay. I'm gonna go running after... John is going out the door, right? After Marsibil?
Yeah.
And
Peter's still in your way.
Oh. What? I thought I shrugged him off. Okay. I'm gonna get by Peter, and I'm gonna go running after John.
Alright.
What I would like to do... Do I see the dynamite in the book in the middle of the street?
I'm gonna say from the position where you're at.
I was gonna do this anyway, actually, so it doesn't matter. Sorry. I am going to take some of the viscera and like blood on my clothes, and I'm gonna rub it onto my skin. And then I would like to try to grapple John to try to use him as a human shield.
You bitch.
So what exactly are you trying to do with like the viscera, by the way?
I wanted to rub it on myself so I could, like you mentioned last time, I got that adrenaline with me having the cultist blood on me. That is what I'm trying to achieve again. But just more quickly this time. So I'm doing that, and then I'm going to try to grab John, hold my sword up to like his neck and stuff to use him as a shield.
Okay.
So then eventually, this is what I was going to do anyway, but it works out in this favor. So that way, when I get to the book and the dynamite, Marsibil will decide if she will kill me and Jean-Marie's husband, or let me get my book.
Mm-hmm. I'll say in this case, yeah, I'm gonna say you take the viscera and you grab it around yourself and you rub it on, and we'll get back to that later. But you're gonna go tackle John. Roll me another strength, contesting strength check.
Okay.
Yes! Yes! Oh fuck!
Okay.
Holy shit!
I'm going to use 2 luck points, my final remaining luck points, to get that to a 14.
Alright. John is using all of his luck points to make that 25 go to a 5.
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
Good.
And as you try to like grapple on, you give it a shot and like you feel like you almost have him. But because of how slim and like slender he is, especially at this moment while like you're rubbing blood, he gets out just trying to rub away the blood that you also like placed on yourself, and just looking at you with like this view of like concern and fear, just looking at you in the eyes. Jean-Marie, it's your turn, Yex.
Wait, before we change, I'm gonna say, do you want to help me with something real quick? It'll be real fast, and I promise it will end just the same way as our conversation upstairs did, okay? Nothing to worry about, because I'm covered in blood.
Yeah, and he's looking at you, not even saying a word, but just not wanting to even interact with you at this point. Jean-Marie, what are you doing?
Speaking of reaction.
I'm gonna say yeah, since Eddie just did it.
Amazing. Peter?
Sorry.
Are you okay enough to run?
I think...
Okay. I'm gonna give Miss Fairchilde the dynamite and the matches.
Mm-hmm.
I really am sorry it had to end this way, miss. I have a flare gun. When I send it out, it's when we're in trouble. And that's the signal. I apologize.
Yes. No, of course. She looks at Eddie real quick, and she'll get to that on her turn. But she looks back at you and goes, "Yeah, what's up?"
May your death be fast, and may your soul rest alone, without intervention from this place.
She just nods, and with like a look of like knowing. You don't even hear her say it, but you just know. If you can, save Eddie from himself. Before she's gonna get ready for her stuff on her turn. What are you doing for your action? You saw basically Eddie try to grapple John. If you had to make a guess,
How
like
close
the
are they
blood
to
in
us?
you're roughly around like 30 or so feet away from him. And you saw him try to grapple John, and you can see him wielding that sword at the tip. You can see Peter's blood is starting to trickle down it and make its way slowly but surely towards the hilt.
I'm gonna keep my gun in my hand.
Mm-hmm.
And if this man hurts my husband, I am killing him. But
Okay,
until then, I'm not gonna use my action yet. I'm just gonna wait until my next turn if he does anything.
All right, so you're holding your action.
Yeah, I'm going to run, trying to not get too close to them, and try to get closer to Marsibil.
All right. I'll say you do so with all your movement. She's roughly like a 20 or so feet away as like she's preparing to blow up the book with this dynamite.
Marcy?
Do you say anything, Marsibil?
No, I mean she's trying to focus right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you look at her, Jean-Marie. She's out of it, completely
Marcy,
zoned out and trying to focus on the dynamite.
Marcy, this might be a lost cause. I don't think destroying the book is worth it anymore. Let him have it. Let him leave. He almost killed Peter. I don't... Marsibil!
She looks at you.
He made his choice. And his choice was to be a fucking idiot. Let him have it and let him leave us alone.
Do you accept those words, Marsibil?
She does.
All right. In that case, Peter is going to get back up. He's going to use his action to take off his shirt and wrap it around the wound that Eddie has made. And he's going to use the rest of his movement to see what's going on with Queen Fairchilde. But as he's about to do so, ending up his turn, you all watch as Queen Fairchilde stops being sick and using her movement. You all watch as she merely doesn't even like walk. She floats. As she floats her way 12 feet, she's going to make her way towards you, Eddie. And looking at you, she looks and you can see she has a sad look on her face. And in your mind, you hear her say, "Eddie, my sweet Devorah, this is not you. I'm sorry." She's gonna cast Enthrall Victim on you.
What do I do?
You need to roll me an opposed power roll.
What is that? Where is that? Oh my god.
It's one of your stats.
I have an 80 in that.
You do?
72.
She also has an 80 in that. And she rolled a 68. As all of you watch, as she extends out a hand, the very same hand that you guys watched that was normal, you hear a terrible as you watch as the arm extends and breaks. And from the dislocation of it, you watch as Eddie, your muscles tighten up. You stand stuck and you feel numb, unable to move, but ever so aware of what's going on around you. And you watch as Devorah says, "This is not how I wanted it to end. I hope one day you'll understand why." She takes out the dynamite in one hand, the matches in another, and you watch as she starts floating in the direction towards the beak, where Jean-Marie and Marsibil, you both know is the direction of the dynamite.
All right, we're out.
What?
Eddie, for
Run.
let me see. I gotta roll something real quick.
Uh-huh.
All right. So Eddie,
Yes.
for the next hour, you are unable to move.
Oh, fuck. That's good though. Now I don't have.
Mhm.
Now I don't have to kill anyone. Oh no! Oh no!
And we're going right back to up to you, Eddie. You're unable to move, but what would you be thinking right now?
Fucking God! Of course. Of course, she was some evil power thing. My parents probably planted her there to find me. This has probably all been a ruse this whole time. How the fuck am I gonna get Adrian now?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like gritting my teeth
Mm-hmm.
from this.
All right.
I'm so angry. My face is the epitome of rage.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Hey.
Yep.
So.
Yeah.
Hmm. I mean.
I mean, now you don't have to worry about somebody. It seems like from your perspective, Marsibil.
Mm-hmm.
No, wait, it's true. Because the fact that Eddie is now like stuck and unable to like really focus and concentrate because of everything going on, the spell actually dispels off
Oh,
you.
broke. Yes!
Nice.
Marsibil. Oh my god, yeah. Marsibil, like, breathes just very, very heavy. But eventually, as soon as she gets her focus back, she is also incredibly pissed. And what she's gonna do is she's going to walk up to Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna look him dead in the eyes, hold out her pistol towards the book, and she's going to shoot it.
All right.
Mhm.
Roll me a
I'm not
firearms check
stopping her.
at
I'm just yelling her
advantage.
name.
I was gonna say something too before she makes a shot, but we'll see if she hits it first.
I don't even hear it. You shot it and ripped my eardrum.
Oh, let's see. It is a free action to talk, so you
Yeah.
hear Jean-Marie say, "Wait."
Oh. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Grim Fairchilde wants me to help him, but sometimes you have to cut our losses. And I don't think we're convincing him to not try to kill us anytime soon. Maybe if we'd let him run off with the book.
And get himself killed.
It's either he gets himself killed or he gets us killed. I don't want to do this either. I've known him for a while, you know?
Fine. Is he coming with us or not?
It doesn't look like he can move. Let's move him away from the explosion radius and just leave him, I guess.
Peter looks at you guys and goes, "You can't be serious, right? There has to be a way we can save him. John, there must be some sort of therapy that can help him out of this, right?" And John looks back, just looking at you, Jean-Marie, and hearing your
There
words.
may be, but did you miss the part where he tried to kill you? Because I saw the part where he tried to kill you. If you want to take that risk, sure. But he won't believe that Aaron is dead. He's messing with forces he doesn't understand. He walked into a suicide mission and expected everyone to make it out alive. I don't know what you want from me.
Jean-Marie?
Yeah?
I'm gonna say in this unique situation, roll me a persuade.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Eddie.
It's deserved. I'm rooting for you.
I'm not. Well, that's a crit fail. That's a 93.
Ooh.
But yeah, John Marie's just gonna like lift her hands up. It's your guys' choice. If you get us all killed, then it'll weigh on your conscience, not mine.
He looks at you and looks back at Eddie. Maybe you're right. Maybe there is no way to save him. But I made him a promise that I wanted to stay with him even if things got bad. Look, if anything comes to harm you, I'll be here to fend them off. And you watch as he grips his injury, holding the very sword that Eddie stabbed him with. I'm not leaving him behind after losing him for so long. But I understand why you must go.
We can take him out of the explosion of the radius of the explosion.
Yeah,
That's
but
fine.
I'm just saying
But
that
when
the
he
moment
wakes
that...
up from that stupor, you're gonna have to be the one to deal with him.
Sounds good to me.
Do you want us to give you the book, or?
No need. Blow it up.
All right, Marcy, destroy it if you want.
Okay. Then, yeah. Yeah, she's gonna shoot.
Alright. I'm gonna say, because just everything that happened in the great series of RPD that you guys have been doing, I'm not gonna ask you to roll for shooting the book, because I feel like this is a really cool moment.
Okay. Could I,
Can you fail shooting point blank?
Out of character, there are gonna be so... This is not me being Eddie, wanting to keep the book. This is me being Ori. There are gonna be so many things coming to figure out what that explosion was. Like,
Yeah,
right after we do it.
That's why Peter is saying he's willing to stay back.
Yeah.
Wait, I thought Marcy was just shooting the book like... We don't need dynamite anymore, you can just...
Yeah.
I mean, we could burn it, yeah, too. That way...
The dynamite is dramatic, but...
It is, but, you know, again,
yeah.
Marsibil was a little bit, you know, not thinking straight, so...
Oh, that's why you have to roll to shoot. I thought we were shooting the book, like, holding the book in one hand, shooting it with the other.
That's
I
what
was
I
like,
what would you roll
too.
for?
No.
I was shooting it at a distance.
Yeah.
No, dude, let's just burn it. I have matches.
Yeah. Okay, let's do that instead. Yeah, Marsibil will just go over. She'll grab the book, bring it back over to John Marie, and then just burn it right in front of Eddie.
Yeah.
So
my face doesn't like contort or anything, but I am crying. There are tears.
No, at this point, Eddie, you are sobbing as you are watching this one thing, this one tool you could have used in order to free yourself and free Eddie and free Adrian and help others the same way you needed to be helped. But you did rub that blood on yourself.
Oh, you're right.
So for one final time, Eddie, odds were evens.
I've been going with odds this whole time. We'll stick with odds.
All right.
Please roll an even.
Oh, yes! Yes! Yes!
Good?
As you watch the book burn in front of your eyes, Jean-Marie, you holding a light from a match, and just you watch as the pages burn up. Eddie, in your mind, you hear Adrian scream out in pain, but it quickly turns that from Adrian to Demenza, who screams out in pain after watching this book be burned, and she just yells out in fury that she wasn't able to deceive you, and your mind grows clear again, as you realize you've been deceived. And you're still paralyzed, sobbing at your own case. I'm going to say, since technically the danger is gone for now, you guys are out of combat, but not for long.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are... What are you guys doing?
Shit.
Do we notice that his stance changed?
He's still paralyzed from the spell that Queen Fairchilde has used, but you do see that his eyes that were filled with tears but still filled with anger are now just crying, and I would say even Eddie is crying even more. As you can see, he's just sobbing, having a face on that that is scrunched up and makes him feel like he has a look of feeling like, I was so stupid to even believe that.
Let's start carrying him. Take away his weapons and...
And Eddie, I'm gonna say that as all the situation is happening, you take... Oh yeah, ouch. You take 33 points of sanity damage from all the things that have been going on.
I am on -5 sanity. I am insane.
As you guys want, I'll say Peter offers to pick you up, and it's not hard to pick you up. You're particularly light, especially still in his arms. And just in this situation, he watches as you just sob and cry like you've never cried before. All this pain, all this accumulation, all throughout your life, it just breaks down here. You've been through too much. And you have no memory of what's about to happen next, as your mind is just broken.
Yeah.
The rest of you, what are you doing?
Well, okay, yeah, I mean, if someone else is handling Eddie, then I'd say that's a good cue for us to get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So
we can run back into the base to get anything we've missed.
Okay.
Queen Fairchilde, I don't know if there's a change of plans or if she's still waiting for my flare gun to detonate the gunpowder.
I'll say that like as you guys are like getting stuff out, you do notice that there seems to be a commotion coming out from the main city. Unfortunately, yeah, for now, or you no longer have control over Eddie.
Okay.
But I will give it back to you at some point.
No worries. I will mute.
Okay. As a lot of you are doing this, you hear a commotion coming from the center of the city, and you see what seems to be the sign of a large fight going on. Not just between cultists, but you see what seems to be the sight of Queen Fairchilde in this sort of weird form where her features are kind of like exaggerated, and you see that like she has this sort of like harpy look to her, if her bones and skin were turned into that of the same shape of a harpy, and she is floating and fighting off what seems to be Demenza and a bunch of other cultists. That some of them have these eyeballs that are familiar to the creature that was tormenting you, Jean-Marie. As it seems like for now, they are distracted, and you guys can make a run for it.
Let's grab whatever's left of the cultists that we need for the door and make a run for it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. You guys are all making a run for it. I'll say eventually in time, you make your way towards the west wing where Eddie, you first entered, and John takes out the hand of the cultist that like he's been having on him. He takes it out, just throws it at the wall, which immediately at this point, the wall of coagulated blood just falls down, and you guys start making your way and running up. As you're doing so, through the couple slits of the walls here and there, you watch as a large ensemble of cultists and different beings just make their way, jumping off of these different points and making their way towards this large fight, as it seems as whatever is going on that you guys started is deeply dangerous to the cult itself. And as you make your way up and up, you don't meet any resistance, luckily. As you make your way further and further up, and eventually you arrive at the very same overlook that you guys saw the very same town before you separated a group. Do you shoot the flare gun, Jean-Marie?
Yeah.
You shoot it out, and as you do so, you can just barely see the spectacle of Queen Fairchilde rushing her way out of the fight and making her way to the dynamite. And as you watch so, you guys immediately start running, making your way up through the caverns, up your way through the entirety of this cave, making your way through the hotel, running as fast as you can through the halls to make sure you escape as much as you can. And just on your way out, you start hearing as you hear the very sound of the mountain itself start breaking and cracking beneath your feet, as you watch as the foundation of the hotel itself starts breaking apart. You barely just get out as all of you fall to the floor, and on top of this mountain, you watch as the hotel crumbles, and just where it was, you watch as the very foundation of the mountain that the hotel was standing on starts to crumble and fall. You guys are just barely on the precipice of where this mountain is crumbling and falling from the explosion of the dynamite. And as you do so, you watch it as the other side of this mountain is nothing but rubble and destruction. You did it. The cult of Yethuithol is gone. What do you guys do?
Yeah, I'm gonna look up. Hey, we came here on fake Adrian's car. How are we leaving?
For all you know, it could be in almost the same place that you guys found it.
Yeah.
I might as well try.
Honestly, yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't, I mean, someone's gonna come investigate the
The entire mountain fucking leveling itself.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'll say that as you guys take the rest of the day just making your way down the mountain, it's not long until you have a mountain range and police make their way to the mountainside. You guys are right at the abandoned gas station you guys left Adrian
I want to
from.
say that before climbing down, I left behind anything suspicious in my bag, like the cultist dagger,
Mm-hmm.
and the gasoline, and the
Sure.
flamethrower, and the magic.
Sure, I'll say any investigator supplies that you guys just don't want.
Hiker things,
You
I'm leaving behind.
absolutely.
And the journal I'm hiding in my bag.
Absolutely. I'll say that you guys make your way down the mountain and eventually arrive at the gas station, and you have park rangers and police that arrive on scene, seeing all you guys just make your way down. And I'm gonna ask this truly for the final time this time, and I want all of you to come to an agreement together. Odds or evens?
Oh, evens. Fuck Eddie's luck. Evens.
Yeah, evens.
You lucky fuckers!
Yes!
Alright, as you guys are making your way down, you see the cop cars and the park rangers make their way as you expect that having Peter being stabbed and covered in blood, having ditched the weapons and supplies that you guys found, you expect that all this would come back on you, but you just watch the police just continue onwards with some of the park rangers as a park ranger car stops, exiting the vehicle, and you see this guy make your way towards you as they speak in a somewhat broken English accent. I don't know how the Swiss sounds, so I'm just gonna make a French accent. I'm sorry, people from Switzerland. Are you guys alright? Holy shit! Just
Yeah, we were hiking when the explosion happened, but we're all relatively okay.
Me being paralyzed. I'm like a
I'll
plank.
I'll
in
say that
Peter's
like
arms.
the ranger looks at you, Eddie, and is like,
I did say
"Is he alright?
relatively.
He looks catatomically paralyzed," and Peter is just like, he received a really big rock on his head.
It's the shock.
Yeah, the shock and a big rock on his head. And the park ranger just like he's more concerned out of the fact that the mountain, just half of it leveled down and broke down into rubble.
We'll get him to a doctor. It's all right.
Yeah.
Take care
Absolutely.
of. Mhm.
Yeah, of
Thank you
course.
for your
We'll make
job.
No problem. Yeah, I'll make my way back to like a town. I'll get you guys like 2 ambulances to make sure that you guys are okay and get you to the nearest hospital. All right?
Mhm.
And as you see, he makes his way towards his car and goes to a radio and starts calling people in. What are you guys doing after just getting through of all of that?
We're
Paralyzed.
fucking leaving. That's what.
Yes.
Not saying anything to each other?
I mean,
I would if I could.
Marsibil would talk to John Marie, but not to Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
So.
All right. Do you want to say any last words to Jean-Marie Marsibil before we cut to an epilogue?
Yeah, I mean, Marsibil's just gonna look at John Marie and just kind of put her hand on her shoulder and just say, "I'm glad you're all right."
I'm glad you're okay too. I kind of gonna need a drink.
And yeah, you hear John kind of speak up. Count me in on that. Actually, I think we all need drinks.
Yeah, man.
Mm.
We should really get Peter and Eddie sorted out first, though.
Yeah.
And I'll say.
Actually, Jesus Christ, let's sit down for a second, and I'm
Yeah.
helping Peter put on actual bandages.
Yeah, I'll say that you guys put actual bandages on Peter, and eventually, medical services arrive. These different ambulances that pick both Peter and Eddie up, tending to their wounds and making sure that like they're both in a good like stable state as you guys are brought to the nearest hospital. The next couple of weeks go by as Peter eventually like is stably recovering from his wounds, but Eddie has to be administered to a mental asylum in order to recover from losing his mind. Do you guys want it to be in Switzerland or back with Marlene Martinez back in America?
I think someone that actually knows about supernatural maybe better, and also any kind of money I have, I want to make sure the one like he gets into a good hospital, because especially asylums back then and still today can be really bad. So
yeah. All right. I'll say in that case that you guys make the trek back to America. slowly, surely. The crews on the ship, as you guys make your way back to Italy, having to give a very specific explanation on why
But
you're
I have a
passing through the
60 on
borders with
fast
it.
talk.
Good.
I
Yeah?
have a 60 on fast talk, and I still have like 51 luck points. We get
I'll
through
say,
it.
yeah, you managed to find your way through one way or another.
Oh,
And as you make your way back on the ship and make your way back to America, the sight of the Big Apple is one that fills your heart with so much more joy, knowing you have never got to see weird purple marble ever again, and these strange cult activities ever again. And eventually, you do give up that money, and Eddie is administered to a very good mental asylum, where Dr. Martinez makes sure to administer care to her. And we're going to basically finish up this mini campaign. I'm going to give you guys the chance to all describe what you think would happen in the epilogue. And I'm going to kind of work with Eddie, with you first and foremost, because the first half I'm going to really describe what's going on before we get to you deciding what happens, okay?
Uh-huh.
All right. Eddie,
Uh-huh.
during your time at the mental asylum, you were not okay, obviously. And as you felt weeks pass by of just losing your shit over just everything that's happened, you occasionally have these strange dreams where you see yourself floating in space, looking at the Earth, and looking back at the Earth is the moon itself, this eyeball belonging to this great being, yet we thought looking back. And during these restless nights, you would just watch as he would observe the planet. But ever so slightly, you would watch him grow more and more distant. And as he does not seem like he is necessarily removing himself from the equation, he seems to grow less interested in Earth. For now. As eventually through time, any memories you had of these dreams are lost on you. And you have no memory from since the moment you saw that book all the way to now. But luckily, eventually, Dr. Marlene Martinez releases you after you successfully pass a good mental evaluation. And how do you think Eddie would react and finish his story after everything?
I think he doesn't remember any of the bits where I tried to kill Jean-Marie and Marsibil and Peter and John. All that?
Nope, you don't remember that at all.
Fucking A. Okay. I think he'd try to go back to the Garden of Diamonds. I don't think... I don't think he would start doing shows there again. I don't know how things would end up with Peter. I'm assuming it probably would not end the best, just from the trauma that they both have. I do not think they would be able to work that out.
No.
Personally, I think Eddie kind of just lives alone. I think that's what it is. I think he distances himself from people. Mostly, he doesn't want to see anyone else that he's close to get hurt because of him. So I think he just kind of spends the rest of his life cooped up in his house, sitting at the Garden of Diamonds and watching shows. And I think that's where he probably is left off.
I'll say occasionally to add on to that, even though you do remain the rest of your life alone, occasionally you would receive packages from Peter. At first they would come a lot often, especially after you were released. And his messages were that of hope and excitement from being able to see you again. And you also get some from Jean-Marie as well. Want to occasionally hope and see that you would become better, but you never really truly got to see them again because you were too scared of them getting hurt. You also get a copy of Dracula in one of the packages. And even though as time moves on and you end up being alone, and even though you never truly got to know what happened to Queen Fairchilde, her destiny being a blur to you, as long as you move on in age, you still occasionally get those packages from Peter. Until eventually you found out that he passed away peacefully at the age of 65. And I would say roughly around every week, if you think that's something Eddie would do, for the rest of his life, he would occasionally visit the cemetery where Peter was and just contemplate what could have been.
I think that sounds good.
All right.
I think he would do that. I think he would maybe try to be buried around the same place.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sounds good. All right. Jean-Marie, how does your epilogue go?
Sorry, it was muted. It's difficult for a while. The offer to before I elaborate on too much, I would like to know if Marsibil ends up living in her apartment. Sam? The talk they had about Marsibil maybe moving in with Jean-Marie and John. Does that end up happening, do you think?
I mean, yeah.
All right.
I think so. Yeah.
In that case, having John and Marsibil nearby, checking in with Peter every once in a while, it helps a bit, knowing that someone made it out. It's complicated. Survivor's guilt is not something easy to deal with. And while Eddie may have made it out alive, he still lost his life and his mind. She sends him packages and invitations, and I don't think they ever truly stop until either of them passes away first. Sends him books every once in a while, maybe. The first few months, maybe the next year, after the events of Succumbing, are spent drinking her sorrows away. Normally when Marsibil and John are already asleep. She was made to take some difficult choices in that place. And she has to deal with the consequences now. Eventually, she does get sort of better. She doesn't quite return to her previous life. Mainly because I feel like that's a level of trust that she cannot longer offer strangers anymore. She still hangs out at the bar sometimes, but she doesn't. It doesn't feel right to enjoy herself as much anymore. And staying away from John and Marsibil for too long makes her paranoid anyways. So.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, she tries to get back to her hobbies as well as she can, and maybe something else happens with Marsibil one day, but she needs time first. A few years, maybe. But they're still friends, meanwhile. You know? And yeah, I think that's about it. Unless I have to respond to something in Marsibil's epilogue. But yeah,
All right.
that's the general gist of it.
Sounds good. And finally, Marsibil, how does your epilogue go?
This experience, it was not something that Marsibil expected that she would get into. She knew that things would be dangerous, and she knew that she was getting herself into a very vulnerable position. But the fact that they managed to do what they did, even knowing the fact that things could have been so much worse. In Marsibil's case, she finds solace in how things turned out. And the events that happened at the Ouroboros resort only sought to strengthen her own faith and her own resolve. And while at some point she eventually settles in America and finds a place with Jean-Marie and her husband. And I think she never would have stopped working, you know, near the oceans and stuff like that. She'd probably be a dock worker of some kind.
Mm-hmm.
Just to keep that sort of part of her life still active. And also, you know, job. But Marsibil would stay vigilant. She knows that that wasn't the only thing. Whatever they had encountered, she knows deep down that that wasn't just it for what's out there. She doesn't actively seek out these otherworldly phenomena, but she still practices her spell work, and she still keeps herself vigilant. If something ever came crawling through the pages of reality. Not only just to protect herself, but the people that she cares about. And even if she was hurt by the series of events that happened down there with Eddie, she still cares. Just a bit. She probably doesn't send letters like Jean-Marie does, but I think maybe very later on in her life, she would probably at least send something to him. Maybe. Just in good faith.
Mm-hmm.
But with what happened, she can't really bring herself to do any more than that. But yeah, I mean, like Jean-Marie said, You know, maybe something happens in the future. You know, she gives Jean-Marie her space because she at least knows and understands that she's taking it hard.
Mm-hmm.
A lot harder than Marsibil is.
Mm-hmm.
So she tries to do her best to give her some space, but to still be there for her. You know, just first things first, just being supportive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, personal feelings aside, she just wants to be there to be supportive.
Absolutely.
Of someone that she is very close to.
Mm-hmm.
And the same thing too with John. So to a lesser extent, but
Mm-hmm.
you know, but
Absolutely.
yeah, I can't really say much else.
All right. In that case, as your own epilogues move on, eventually the passage of time gets to you, as it does all things in life. The world keeps spinning, and eventually history will not remember what you have done. The world recognizes what happened on that day as a natural disaster, just pure coincidence, but in your heart, even if you know deep down that it's probably not the only thing that plagues this world with its mysteries, at least whatever Yathuital is, he's been pushed back. And eventually, the sweet embrace of death comes for you all, bringing you peace and tranquility. Who knows what the Werf will bring? Who knows what phenomena would happen? But at least, within your own lifetime, you were managed to save humanity from something darker and deeper than it could ever know. And that's where we're going to end Succumbing.
5 more.
Holy
eps.
shit.
I mean, fuck y'all guys. I'm going to the Norse afterlife. I'm not going to Valhalla. I'm going to Folk Vangeir. I'm going to Freya, motherfuckers.
I'm going to hell.
You know what?
Oh,
Thank you, Zach. This
Yeah.
was a
Yeah, dude, that was
spectacular
amazing.
campaign.
thank you
This
guys.
is great.
Holy shit. Oh,
This,
You know,
wow.
I'm surprised at the fact that we all stayed alive throughout
Yeah, no,
the
why?
entire
Yeah, no.
thing.
Yeah.
Hey, I
The
tried killing
game most well known for characters dying.
Yeah. Hey guys, we all lived. Great job, team.
But
High
at what
fives.
cost?
Hey,
yeah,
no,
what
no,
caused?
I
not for
don't-
lack of trying. I tried killing Eddie.
That's true.
For
I
the
also
Yeah.
tried killing Marcy.
I also I was planning on doing something in case Eddie turned bad, but I was like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't think.
Mhm. There were so many cases where I was so scared that Eddie was gonna forcefully turn bad, and you guys would have to kill him, or like worse.
I
Oh,
This was not how I envisioned Eddie's ending at all.
me neither. But holy shit.
Damn.
Damn. Oh my god. I wrote a whole thing to
Oh.
Mari a couple minutes ago about Eddie and like his character motivations and like the psycho bit, like why he went all crazy like that. I can send it to you guys after, but I'm sick. I'm sick.
I'm sick. I'm in love with these characters.
I love them.
But yeah, for all of you watching at home, thank you for watching this wild adventure. If you were here since the beginning or up until now, thank you. I and the others here can definitely say that we appreciate you sharing this experience with us, and I guess for the last time, just remember,
What are we saying?
There's no happy endings in Call of Cthulhu.
No.
there's no happy.
There are no
Don't-
happy
not
No
that.
endings.
happy
not that.
endings.
Not that. We have
Pyrrhic
to end it on a happy
victories.
note. We have to end it on a happy note.
Pyrrhic victories are still victories.
Exactly.
Lesbians win. I don't know.
Lesbians win.
Lesbian
no.
wings.
Wait,
wait,
lesbians
wait,
won, gays 0.
Wait. I know the best way to end it off. I know the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
way
yeah,
to end
yeah.
it off.
Go for it. Go for it.
Okay. Despite everything, it's still you.